Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It is Blood Angels versus Necrons, a clash that we've been itching to play for a long time. We've already had part 1. That epic fight has already taken place on the Plus channel, and now for the second instalment we'll be playing here on the regular channel for you all to enjoy. But fighting across this desert terrain, it's a bombed out Imperial compound, an abandoned Blood Angels drop pod just here, arms and ammunition and containers strewn all across this battlefield. Necrons and Blood Angels have clashed already. They'll now fight again across this terrain. The Smash Captain is here, but so is Tamun'Ra, the leader of this Necron force. Right, so welcome to this 2000 points game, Necrons versus Blood Angels. As I've already mentioned, we've already played part 1 on the Plus channel, and then now part 2 will be here on the regular channel. So I'll lead the Necrons here. We were planning to swap the players around. James led the Blood Angels in the first encounter. I took the Necrons. They were going to swap the players over, but this battle was going to turn into a bit of a grudge match after the events that took place in the first installment. So we're going to keep the players the same. I will take command of the Necrons for the second time, and then James will happily take command of the new revamped Blood Angels list that does feature the new Smash Captain called Lazarus Dawnhammer, as voted for by the subscribers. So Battalion Detachment and Battle Forged here, 8 command points available for the Necrons. 3 units of troops, unit of 10 Immortals, and 2 units of 14 Necron Warriors, just the way the points have worked out. This is almost the finished list here for the Necrons. This army also under development at this stage, but not quite finished yet. So I do have a stand-in unit of Necron Wraiths as well. There's 4 of them with their Vicious Claws. That's fast attack, and then also destroyers here, unit of 3 of them. Do plan to have unit of 6, but 3 of those for now with their Gauss cannons. 2 Cryptex here, one with the Chronometron, Staff of Light for him, and then the other one with the Cloak, the one that's able to move quicker with the Fly special rule, and able to repair units that have the Living Metal ability. Staff of Light for him as well. Then Tamun'Ra on the Catacomb Command Barge. He'll not be the Warlord in this particular scenario. I'm going to make the Cryptek on foot the Warlord, so Tamun'Ra's freed up now to move around and cause trouble. He has a War Scythe for him, Gauss Cannon also on the Catacomb Command Barge. A Monolith will feature in this army as well. Then 1 Spider, it does have the Fabricator Claw Array, so it can make repairs. And then a very expensive unit, but unit 10 Triarch Praetorians with their Hyperphase swords and particle casters for them as well. It's like jump infantry for Necrons. So an interesting unit to keep an eye on in this battle, but they are expensive, 320 points for 10 of those. It is Mefrit Dynasty, so they have Solar Fury at half range. The AP is increased by 1, so AP -1. So these firing AP -2 at range 12, AP -3 here for the Immortals at range 12. So Immortal Pride for the Warlord trait given to the Cryptek. Units within 6 are auto-pass morale. That'll help out the gun line of Necron Warriors and Immortals, and are able to deny 1 psychic power a turn as well, just following the normal rules for Psychers. I've taken a relic as well. I've given the Lightning Field to the Catacomb Command Barge. That's a 4+ invulnerable save available for Tamun'Ra, just to protect him as much as possible. That's the Necron force. Tough and durable, and a habit of making a comeback at the later stages of a game. But we'll see how they fare for the second time against the Blood Angels here. We'll take a look and see what the Blood Angels have. Right, so 2000 points of Blood Angels. This is the new revamped and improved list. Is it improved? We'll have to see. We've seen what it can do in the first battle report, but as to whether it was enough, you'll have to check that video out on the Plus channel. The details of the Plus channel are in the description below if you want to check out that channel there. It helps support me make the videos, and it means that it grants you access to the full library of all the exclusive content on that website, and you'll get to see part 1, which is already available on that channel. But here, it's 2000 points of Blood Angels, Battalion Detachment available, and also Supreme Command also, so 9 command points available for this army. So HQs, there's 5 of them. Blood Angel's Chaplain, Sanguinary Priest, the Sanguinor, the Smash Captain, who's been called Lazarus Dawnhammer, Thunderhammer, of course, and Storm Shield for him. We'll cover his traits and so on in just a moment. He is actually the Warlord. There's also the Librarian Dreadnought just here. I granted him Smite, Wings of Sanguinius, and Quickening as his psychic powers. He has the Force Halberd and the Fist available for him as well. Then 2 Storm Raven gunships, both armed exactly the same. Hurricane bolters, twin las cannons, twin multi-melters, and the rockets available for both of these deadly flyers. And to make up the battalion, 3 units of scouts, 1 unit armed with combat weapons and bolt pistols, the other armed with bolters, and the other armed with bolters, and then one of them's carrying a heavy bolter. Then Terminators for the Elite's choice, Thunderhammers and Storm Shields for all 5 of those. And then, of course, we have the Sanguinary Guard, a unit of 7, all armed with the Encarmine swords and Angelus bolt guns. Yeah, so James is playing Death Visions of Sanguinius, extra attack on the charge, and 6 to ignore damage. That's cost 1 command point. He's paid an extra command point to take 2 relics. The first relic is Veritas Vitae. He's going to give it to the Sanguinary Priest. And then the Angel's Wing, I'm going to give to the Captain. That will prevent Overwatch and reroll failed charge rolls. And then the Warlord trait for him will be Artisan of War. That's +1 to the damage characteristic of the weapon. So the Thunderhammer is now damage 4. Utterly horrific. So that's the abilities that have been granted there. James now down to 6 command points. He's spent 2 out of his 8. Alright, so the scenario is called Spoils of War. It's mission number 4 from the regular Warhammer 40,000 rulebook. It revolves around 6 tactical objectives. The deployment zone is Hammer and Anvil, so Necrons have chosen, the map was randomly determined, but Necrons got to choose. We've gone this end to try and make use of this line of sight blocking terrain. And across here will be the Blood Angels just at the end with the drop pod. 24 inches in, you can see the line of dice for the Blood Angels. No Man's Land, 24 inches across, and then the deployment zone for the Necrons. So we've numbered the objectives. There's one here, objective number 1 in No Man's Land. Objective number 2, right in the middle of No Man's Land, just in that crater. Objective number 3 is just inside Necron deployment zone. Objective number 4 is inside Necron deployment zone. Objective 5 just outside in No Man's Land, and just within Blood Angel's deployment zone is objective number 6. So the Spoils of War, the game will revolve around the numbered objectives. There'll be value there because whoever has the most secure objective number, whatever that number is, and whoever has the total number, the higher total number of those, will achieve a bonus victory point at the end of the game. Then also any cards that are drawn, we're drawing up to 3 tactical objectives a turn, just constantly topping it up to 3. Everyone can see whose objectives, who's going after what, regardless of what side it is that draws the card. If a card's drawn that says secure objective, say number 2, and the Necrons draw that card, the Blood Angels can go after that objective and pick up those points as well. So the Spoils of War, these objectives are open for everybody, and so expect both sides to try and plunder as many objectives as possible in this game. Yes, both armies need to try and destroy each other in this battle, but they must keep the tactical objectives in mind. Whoever scores the most points will win, despite the damage caused in the actual fight. Slay the Warlord, First Blood and Linebreaker are all available in this battle as well. So what we'll do is start alternating placing units on the board with the Necrons and Blood Angels. Necrons at this end, Blood Angels just down here. We'll start putting units on the table. Right, so the battle mat that we're using in this game, it's called Sands of Time. It's by gamemat.eu. So it rolls out nice and flat. It's 6x4 in size. It's this mouse mat material, so rubber on one side and then a smooth material with the design printed on top. Then we roll it out nice and flat, and we put our terrain on top, and then use stones and scatter and lichen just to blend it all in. And this looks great. You can see the desert terrain effect all across. It's sort of a dried riverbed running through. Beautiful mat, this one. Big fans of this particular mat that gamemat.eu have produced. Also using their terrain set, the industrial terrain set. You see these units here, including these boxes, the pipes. That landing pad is a separate item they sell, but includes this as well, this big one, and these containers also. That's all part of that set. the industrial terrain set, I started to do my own version of it, painting it up, spraying it and painting it for my AdMech army. So you can check out gamemat.eu. They produce the mats and also these terrain sets available from them as well. Alright, so deployment done. Necrons clustering together to try and support each of the units as much as possible. Tamun'Ra just at the top of these boxes here. He's been surrounded by his bodyguard of Triarch Praetorians. And then Wraith's just in front. Then tucked away and hidden is the Destroyers, 3 of those. They're all crowding around objective number 3. I think for the Necrons, there's 4 objectives. 1 here, objective 4 over there, objective 5 and objective 2. These are ones that we could sort of sit on with this army here and try and dominate the valuable part of the table. Necron Warriors down here, Cryptek just at the back, another unit just there on top of the containers. Then round behind, the Spiders taking up position just on the bend here, and then the Immortals hidden also. So really what we're showing the Blood Angels is the cheaper Necron Warriors and the large units for James to try and bring down, and trying to protect the more valuable units behind this line of sight blocking terrain. Then Blood Angel deployment. Scouts have made their infiltrate moves, but still in the deployment zone. This squad here just inside the crater, they'll get a bonus for their cover, and they're on objective number 6. So scouts being used, we've seen this before, to secure objectives whilst the rest of the army goes out and fulfills various missions. Another scout squad just here, preparing to move out to objective number 1. And then there is another scout squad. We'll find them. They're hidden somewhere on the table. Storm Raven gunship then, this first one is empty but is carrying the Librarian Dreadnought. Right, okay, so he's inside there. Then this one has the Chaplain, Priest and the Terminators inside that one. So loaded out and ready to fly off. Blood Angels flyers are safe in this game pretty much because the Necron range is 24 inches maximum, so James's flyer is pretty safe. The monolith, by the way, for the Necrons is in the skies. That's a good way of protecting that, whilst we wait and see how the Blood Angels manoeuvre. The other unit of scouts is here. James put them inside the red container, of course, so the 5 of them are camping out inside there, and they'll wait to move out, but very well hidden, just inside the container. It's legal, you're allowed. Oh no, it's fine. It looks really cool as well. So in reserve then is the Sanguinary Guard, and Lazarus Dawnhammer as well, and the Sanguinor deep striking ins. Plenty of options. Very, very flexible army this for the Blood Angels. Plenty of units to call upon from reserve. That's deployment finished. Yeah, now the painful part. James finished deploying long before we did, so James will be on +1. After you this time, we'll be polite. Oh, blast 5. We need 6. We'll try and seize initiative. Yo. Blood Angels will go first. Oh, you can choose, sorry, actually. So, you can let us go first if you want to.
I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, it's not often in games you can afford to do that, but here, with the Necrons being out of range, James may want to watch to see what the Necrons do. Interesting choice here, but it looks like Necrons are going to get to go first. Yeah, no, he's going to stick with his decision. He's thinking about it, but no, he's going to let the Necrons go first here, just to watch to see what they do. Sometimes it is handy to go second. It was a lot more significant going second. I used to choose to go second, actually, in 7th edition, especially with the Eldar, especially with reserve units, just to watch what the opponent does and then react, and to be able to have that final turn where you get to go last before the game potentially ends. There is advantages to it, despite often the deadly element of turn 1 shooting, but here that's not so much the case, and so James is elected to let the Necrons go first.
The opponent.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll go on to the first turn. Necrons will make the first move. We'll draw some cards for them, and that will help determine what they will do next. Turn 1 coming up next. Tamun'Ra orders his Legion forwards. Alright, we're on turn 1 here for the Necrons, just contemplating where to manoeuvre to. Got to try and keep the structure of this army together. If we fragment, the Blood Angels will be able to pick on this army and isolate different units and destroy them. So Necrons will play it safe here for now, at least. So objectives, defend objective number 4. So 2 turns to try and hold that objective there in the crater, nicely within Necron deployment zone. So we'll manoeuvre onto that at least and start the process of picking up points. Endless Legions is the next card, which is during a turn. No, whilst this tactical objective is active, keep a tally of the total number of successful reanimation protocols you make. Score 1 victory point if the tally reaches 10. So that's doable perhaps in later turns. And then Scour the Skies. We need to destroy an enemy flyer. We'll get, or a unit that has the fly keyword, we'll get a victory point for that. So all potential points that can be picked up here for the Necrons. Not a bad start for them with these tactical objectives. So we'll make our moves next. Alright, so turn 1 movement complete here for the Necrons. The Necron Warriors are on the move. There's no targets to shoot at, so we've advanced. They're all 2 1s. They've gone 6 inches each. These have moved down, securing objective number 5. This one's moved out, almost reaching objective number 2. The Immortals are on a 5 for their advance. They've gone 10. That was enough for them to get up and over the containers here and have reached the other side. The Cryptek's moved down and is just in amongst them as well. We've moved the Destroyers around, just hugging this terrain here along with the Wraiths. And then conscious that if we just put a single unit here, James could blow it away. So we've gone out in strength. Triarch Praetorians, in amongst them the 2 characters, the Catacomb Command Barge Tamun'Ra, and also the Cryptek here, defend objective number 4. So our turn, we've secured it, but now we need to survive James's turn in order to pick up the 2 victory points available for that objective. And then the Spider's just anchoring on the corner. No monolith this turn, we'll keep them off the board, not with those Storm Ravens potentially that could go after them. So that's the end of the turn. No shooting at all, no charges, no assaults. Turn 1's finished. A very brisk turn here for the Necrons as they've manoeuvred themselves into position. This is the calm before the storm. We're just going to wait and see what the Blood Angels do. Whether James will try and attack at a distance or whether he'll just go for it straight away, we'll have to see. We'll go on to the first turn now for the Blood Angels. Alright, so movement here for the Blood Angels. There's pressure mounting on the Blood Angels here because of the cards that have been drawn and the nature of this Spoils of War scenario. James has pulled 2 cards. Secure objective number 3. Remember, in this game, both sides can go after these objectives. So secure objective number 3, victory point available if we secure it at the end of your turn. So I'll not pick it up on James's turn. I'll have to wait till my turn comes around. But we hold objective 3. Then objective 4, James has drawn a card for that as well. Secure that objective. So next turn, by the end of Necron... no, at the end of your turn we'll get 2, and at the end of our next turn we'll get 2 more. So Necron's off to a flying start here. This game does revolve around these tactical objectives, and Necron's attempting to park themselves on 4 out of 6 of these objectives. James needs to crack this, otherwise the Necrons could run away with a lot of victory points. Both sides here, we're carrying a bit of battlefield experience after the first encounter, which was a bloodbath. We'll say that at least. Well, James make his moves. Got one other card. What was it you drew?
Advance.
Advance. Let's get everyone out of your deployment zone. Right, that's doable if you so wish. We'll let James make his moves here. Difficult choices to make. He needs to go after the Necrons, but doesn't want to blunder ahead. It needs to be well organised here because this Necron army is resilient. Okay, so movement done. It's quite an impressive sight. Both Storm Ravens are banked to their right and headed off in this direction. They're skirting around the Necrons here at this stage. So, who's in who? Who's where? Who's in this one?
That one there is the Library of Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought, okay. And inside there is the Thunderhammer Terminators. Okay, so these are loaded up. Tons of firepower and then loaded up with nasty units as well. Scouts on the move, still holding on to objective 6 but trying to gain some cover or get out of line of sight behind the generator. These have held position and so have these ones just here as well. Don't need to keep them alive. They're useful in the game, but they're no use if they're dead. So you're not bringing on Sanguinors, staying off, Smash Captain and the Sanguinary card are all remaining off the table. Okay, Bit of pressure here, but no panic. I don't think James will panic. He's an experienced enough commander not to panic at this stage, despite the Necrons starting to potentially amass some victory points at the early stage of this game. We'll go on to shooting phase, though. James lined up here with some nasty firepower. Okay, she's going to fight this one first. Hurricane bolters and multi-melters into these Necron warriors, and then las cannons and the rockets can see through to the wraiths just tucked around the corner there. So James is going to try and pick on those tougher units. Okay, so he's lining up Hurricane bolters by the looks of it. They are just within 12s. James will get 24 shots as he tries to hose down these Necron warriors in a drive-by shooting. Threes.
Yeah, threes.
And they'll be on 4s to wound, strength 4, toughness 4. We'll get a 4-up armor save. So yeah, plenty of wounds. I'll just take those and those 2. It's a good roll. We've lost 2. 2 Necron warriors brought down. Yeah, twin multi-melter next.
2 hits.
Yep.
2s
to pulverise. Yep. 5+ invuln save. No. So 2 more Necrons warriors brought down here. So that's 10 of them left in that squad. Still quite a long way to go before they're destroyed. I'll mark them up for morale, but they're on auto pass morale because of the Cryptek being nearby at this stage. 2 las cannon shots. Or 2 rockets I'd imagine you want to do first, because they're a straight 3 damage.
Yes, I'll do that.
So 3s to hit.
Okay.
And 3s for a wound.
And that is a wound.
Is a wound. 3+ invuln save, which we pass. Wraiths have always been tough. James trying to wound them with las cannons here. Nothing. Toughness 5, strength 9. Okay, next Storm Raven, see where he wants to fire this one. Twin las cannons going to go after the spider. It's been caught out here on objective number 3. If James kicks that off of objective number 3, that will deny. No, it won't, because we'll just move on to it next turn with something else.
Any part of the model I can
See the wraiths? Yes, you can. No, you're all right. You can see the back end of a wraith there. Its back end sticking out. James can fire at it with rockets.
The twin las cannon is going to shoot at him. The rocket.
Yes.
Into him.
The wraiths, yes.
Hurricane bolters into them.
To those, yeah.
And
The multi-melters.
24 inches. Am I in range of...
Yeah, we'll check to see if you can hit the spider. I reckon you might be. Yeah, no. So multi-melter is about 1.5 inches short. So he's going to put it into the warriors. And then out of range, again, about 1.5 inches short with the rapid fire for the Hurricane bolters. So just 12 shots going to come from this Storm Raven here. Freeze. He's not going to wipe these Necron warriors out.
No.
And they'll infuriatingly resurrect themselves on the next turn. They'll be on 4s to resurrect with a bonus from the Cryptek. Vital model that for the Necrons. 3 wounds. Save 1, but 2 more Necron warriors brought down. Take these 2. Melters next. 2 multi-melters. 3s. And then a 2. And a 5+ invuln save, which we pass on a 6. The shield holds. So now 2 las cannon shots into the spider.
Yep. 1 hit.
A hit. 3s for a wound. Oh, he's contemplating a command reroll here.
No.
No. Alright, so 3s to wound. Does wound, -3. 6 up to save. Nope, and it's a straight d6 damage. You could try and kill this thing here. Oh, blast. First blood picked up, nice one. Spider gone. Bit vulnerable, those things. It's been picked off here and destroyed by some good gunnery from the Storm Raven gunship. So, good shooting. 2 rocket shots now into the wraiths. 2 hits. 3 wounds. 1 wound. 3 up invuln save. Come on. Yes, passed. Wraith's tough enough. That 3+ invuln save is excellent. That's the end of shooting. Any more from your scouts?
No.
No assaults then. End of turn 1. Usually turn 1 is very eventful in our games, as in most games of 40k here in 8th edition, but this time around, not so deadly. That is the end of the turn. No cards for you to pick up or to achieve. No. Necrons can achieve 2 victory points here for defending objective number 4, so that can be traded in. That'll give Necrons 2 points. James has scored at first blood though, so he has picked up a victory point as well. That's the end of the turn. We're going to the second turn now for the Necrons. Interesting here. We'll see what cards can be drawn next and what to do. Do the Necrons make a maneuver in this direction to try and reduce these down? Do we bring the monolith on is the question as well. This game, this battle's still it's not fully underway yet. Both armies sizing each other up here at this stage. We'll go on to turn 2 next for the Necrons. Alright, so we're on Necron turn 2 here. Fascinating developments here in this battle. Because of the way these cards are being generated here, and spoils of all the uniqueness of both sides being able to achieve objectives. We've had a big long discussion about the wording of these objectives here and the wording of the mission. So the word, just to cover it, maybe a point of discussion in the comments section of the video. Secure objective number 3, for example. James drew this card. It's a Blood Angels card. He drew it on his turn. Score 1 victory point if you control objective marker number 3 at the end of your turn. James has said that Necrons would achieve that, but that wasn't our turn. Our turn is now, at turn 2 for the Necrons. Now we'll be able to achieve these. So that was one point of discussion, whether I would achieve it at the end of turn 1 or if I have to wait until actually my turn comes around, which that's how we're going to play it. And also James wanted to discard one of these, but it's interesting, this scenario is not allowed to discard these objective marker cards until they're achieved. So it forces players to go after these objectives before the opponent is able to capture them for themselves. So Necrons looking strong, just the way I've interpreted the rules. I think it's right. But Necrons have achieved the defend objective. They've got 2 points for that already. And then we need to control these 2 just for our turn. Should be easy enough. Well, there's nothing James can do to stop it. We'll pick up another 2 victory points as well. And Blood Angels still scouting around and manoeuvring, waiting for the right opportunity to get stuck into this Necron army. So Necron's in a strong position on the defensive, but picking up these vital points. We'll make some manoeuvres with them now, and we'll pull out some cards to see what we can achieve from our own deck. Oh dear, bit of taunting going on here. So
you anger me and I'll anger you.
Oh, right, okay. So Necrons, they've been provoked here. Not a good idea. And they're heading off towards the Blood Angel flyers. James thinks he's safe up in the sky, but Necron's starting to close the range here. So we've pulled out secure objective number 2, another potential objective. So 1, 2, 3 objectives we can secure this turn. Secure objective number 3, Wraiths have moved on to that. Triarch Praetorians just lingering at the back with a few models just to hold objective number 4. Catacomb Command Bar just moved in this direction. Cryptex down here in amongst the Immortals. And then the Necron Warriors up on top. The Destroyers have manoeuvred over the top, ready to fire. And also these Necron Warriors surging ahead to secure objective number 2. Then the monolith, I've kept it off the table. We're going to hold off with it here. Wait to see what else James brings down to the table. It's too volatile at the moment. We'll wait up in the sky and descend down later on into more of a controlled zone. I'm hoping that's what we're able to do with the monolith. So we're going to leave that off the table. I think the Necron ground forces can cope well enough by themselves for now, at least. No psychic phase for the Necrons. We'll go straight on to cold-blooded shooting next for them. So, just on shooting phase here, Wave of Commander granted a +1 to the hit rolls for these Immortals. Going to play Pharaon's Will. It's 1 command point. I'm going to grant it to them as well. You can use it again for a second time in the same turn. So, just using that stratagem, that's 1 command point. So, I've got a stack of cards ready to play here. Just going to try and take advantage here and try and bring down a flyer or 2.
Or 2.
Yeah. So what to shoot with first? I reckon I'd like to fire with these guys, in which case I'm going to play 2 cards on them. They're Mefrit Dynasty, so I'm going to play Talent for Annihilation. They're talented destroyers. 6s to hit will generate extra shots. And then Extermination Protocols as well as 1 command point. I will reroll hit rolls and wound rolls. With these as well. James shakes his head. Imagine a unit of 6 of them. They'd easily, not easily, but they'd have the power to bring down a flyer. But we'll go on to their shooting now. Chance these destroyers to show us what they can do. We'll go after pick a flyer, any flyer. I would say we should try and ground the Terminators. We'll go after this. What, they got the Terminators inside here? Yes. We'll go after this one. So 9 shots here, needing 4s to hit because of the hard hit. Rerolling hits. There's a 6, so that will generate an extra shot. And there's 2 more to reroll. That will generate an extra shot. So we've got those hits plus 2 extra shots. Need 4s, and which will reroll. If we miss with these, it's a waste of time. Okay, just 1 extra hit. We'll go for rerolls now with the wounds. So 5s. And we'll re-roll these failures. So far, not much damage is going to come through. Not so good. 3 wounds. 3 saves, 6+. Needed that, James. Well done. You saved 1. 2d3 damage. 4 wounds in total. So you're down to 10?
Yep.
Yeah, healthy enough. It's going to take a fair bit of effort, I think, to ground even just one of these flyers. Loads of wounds to absorb here. But the destroyers have made a start, knocking some wounds down. We'll move on to another unit next. So we'll fire with this squad here. They're going to go after the same flyer. I've split the shots down. That's the rapid fire shots from 5 of them. They'll be at AP -2, and the rest will be at AP -1. So 5s, sorry, 3s to hit, because we're on 3s to hit, -1 for hard hit, and then +1 again for the Pharaon's Wheel.
Jink.
5s to wound, 666. So 3 saves of 4+. This is good firepower coming in here. No, 2 wounds taken. It's down to 8. And then these ones, 3s to hit, loads of misses, and 5s to wound. Another 2 saves of 5+. 8 wounds drops down to 7 wounds. Getting there, bracket, yeah, halfway destroyed this flyer now. Oh, electrical firepower coming up from the Necron battle line. Immortals next. We've still got a long way to go, and we're out of rapid fire. 3s to hit again because of the wave of command. 5s to wound. 3. And these are at -3, so 3 saves of 6+. Suddenly some wounds might drop. Yes, 3 more wounds drop down. It's now down to 4 wounds left. Almost a crippled bracket here. We've got Necron Warriors left. Catacomb Command Barge. We'll see if he's in range. Yeah, Tamun'Ra is in range for about 3 inches. So fire him. 3 shots of his Gauls cannon. So 2s, -1 for moving, -1 for hard to hit. So we've missed them 2. 5 or 6 for a wound. Yes, it's -3. 6 up for a save. No, it's D3 damage. It is 3. Ouch, 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 ouch. Painful. So 1 wound left. James seriously crippled. 1 wound to pick up. Can we do it? Necron warriors up here will fire. None of them are in rapid fire, so it's just going to be a straight 14 shots. No help from the Pharaon's Will or Wave of Command, so we'll be on force to hit. We should do it. Depends on this roll. 5s and 6s. Yes, look at that. 5. 5 saves of 4+. Almost. No, you can't even. The reroll wouldn't even help. There's 2 wounds caused. D6 to see if you explode. Here, nope. And the contents inside is 7. So he just rolls those up.
Now I remember the old rules for 7th edition for passengers. It was horrible.
Yeah, there's a good chance these Terminators surviving here. There's 2 1s. You probably want to command reroll one of those to try and keep one of the Terminators alive.
Yep. Veritas Veto. Nope.
So
down to 5.
Yeah, and a 2+.
And 2+.
Okay, so Terminator lost. James will deploy those. They could deploy down here or across the other side, and then we'll get this model removed from play. But a Storm Raven brought down here by Necron Firepower. Alright, so quite a significant blow, that one. The Storm Raven brought down, it's 350 odd points destroyed. Terminators have disembarked on this side. There's no firepower left for the Necrons, so James lining up to manoeuvre with those Terminators, Chaplain and Sanguinary Priest. Just to mention, Teleport Homer, James has placed here. That's available for the Terminators if they wish to use that later on in the game. Necron Army looking solid enough here. James looks like he's going to line up to try and break in to this Necron force. It's the end of the turn, so we'll cash in that objective, this objective, and this objective as well. So 3 victory points all of a sudden picked up by the Necrons. Growing pressure here on the Blood Angels to launch some kind of deadly assault. Just the odds are in favour of the Necrons here. 4 objectives being secured. It's bound to be cards being generated that will benefit the Necrons for holding that many objectives on the board. So Blood Angels need to manoeuvre themselves here to strike fast and hard on their second turn. They could do it. James has multiple reserves that could turn up all over the table. That's the end of turn 2 then for the Necrons. We'll go now on to the second turn for Blood Angels. The shape of the game may well change. We'll see what happens. Okay, so James is about to make his moves. He's drawn some cards here. Decapitating Strike has been pulled. The highest power rating character I have is Tamun'Ra, so James will get a bonus victory point for killing him. Then there's Advanced Tactical Objective card from last turn, still in play. Then James generated Priority Orders Received, Area Denial. So it has to be the Warlord, we've been discussing this one, it has to be the Warlord that achieves this card. Area Denial, the centre of the board we've marked with this barrel. James is over, or we are 6 inches away for a victory point, and then the bonus victory points is for 12 inches. That's not going to be cleared, but James is able to pick up this card. But the question is, how does the Warlord achieve that? It doesn't have to do anything, it's just passed. So I would say we're just going to grant that to you. The Warlord's achieved it by not doing anything. You've cleared the area denial, in which case it's an additional 3 victory points. I'm happy enough to play it that way because this card is universal for all the tactical objectives. It's been fulfilled, or will be fulfilled. Be even more points available if you cleared. It'd have to be this unit, that unit, the destroyers, and those to clear a 12-inch zone away. You can have a go if you want to, but I don't know if you'll be able to achieve that. But the 6-inch zone, you can. So that's going to generate James 4 victory points. That'll catapult him into a good position. Just to mention, Scour the Skies was achieved by the Necrons. We destroyed the Flyers. We'll add that to our tally. Necrons on about 6 objectives here at the moment, so it's quite evens at this stage, and James has a chance here to really try and even the game up. Pharaon's Will and mine will be done. That continues on to start the next turn. So remember, those units are on +1 to all their hit rolls.
Resurrected.
Oh, did you? Right, Narfekium, great. Okay, so resurrected the Terminator with 1 wound remaining with the Narfekium.
They advance 1 inch, but I got the advanced tactical objective achieved because in 24 inches.
Of your table edge.
Out of my-
Ah, right, gotcha. All right, so you picked up a point for that. Well done. Scouts have moved on top here. This is a super move being done here by the Blood Angels. Everything's on the move here. These scouts have made a move as well. The Librarian Dreadnought's been dropped off and has disembarked 3 and moved 6. Getting ready to charge in.
Because of the 3-inch disembarkation from the vehicle.
Yeah.
Plus the 6 inches.
Plus 6, yes, 9. Yeah, nice and quick. And he can move further if he wishes as well in the psychic phase. And then over here, look what's turned up: the Sanguinor, Lazarus Dawnhammer, and the Sanguinary Guard. We've got a Necron sandwich on our hands here, and then the Flyer's gone right through the middle of the army as well. So, ton of firepower available and some ripping close combat potential. Also, Necrons clustering together, perhaps have fallen into a trap here. Blood Angels now lined up to assault them from every angle. Looking dangerous. We'll go on to Psychic phase next. We'll see what the Librarian Dreadnought can do. I really rate that unit. Great to have him in the army. And glad to have that model painted up and ready for war. We'll just go on to Psychic phase next.
He has the fly keyword.
Yes.
So if I fail my charge, he's stuck.
Right. Yeah, we're saying vehicles can't usually do this, but he's gained fly, so James has moved it up. But he's going to need to activate it in the next psychic phase, otherwise he's just going to have to waddle around this little area, stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, need to fly down. He's flying up, you have to fly down. It's only fair.
It's very unlikely, but
yeah. But he continues to have fly for the rest of the turn, which means he can charge down.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. He should be alright. But he's gone up there. He's also got quickening as well, so he's absolutely psycho, jumping up and down. You'd never see a Dreadnought move like this in any other game. It's only the Blood Angels can do this with the flying.
He's like, do you want to race?
Dreadnought. So, psychic phase finished. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Some grenades and things to be thrown. Some shooting to do, especially with the Storm Raven. Actually, some deadly firepower potentially from that. But we'll see what kind of damage James can do as he tries to soften up the Necrons here. Alright, so James has fired the Scouts. That's the squad across here, and they brought down 3 of the Necron Warriors. Doing this squad next, eh?
Yeah, 5 bolt pistols into them.
Okay.
So 3s.
And 4s. Another 1. And success again. Another Necron Warrior brought down. So 4 of them removed. Every little helps. Scouts contributing here.
They're advanced, so they can't shoot.
Can't shoot, yeah. So Storm Raven gunship is going to fire all of its heavy weapons into the Wraiths, you were saying, and then the Hurricane Bolters into the Immortals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to do their anti-tank weapons first.
Right, so 2 melters.
Yeah.
Or multi-melters.
1 hit. Freeze.
No. 2 laser cannon shots. Can't reach Tamun'Ra because he's a character, he's protected, so he's having to go after the Wraiths here.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 3+ inv on the saves, which we pass. Solid as a rock. 2 rockets. These are the deadly ones because they're 3 damage a time.
1 hit.
And freeze for a wound.
And a wound.
3+ inv on the save. Passed.
Okay.
Yeah, Wraiths are solid. Absolutely rock solid.
Melter.
Yeah, you got Hurricane Bolters first into the Necron Immortals. They'll be tough enough, but James wants to try and reduce them down as much as he can. So it's 24 shots into the Necron Immortals, needing 3s.
Not within 6 as Winners, which is a shame.
Oh yes, 3 raw ones, no. Okay, so just removing the misses. It's a good few. 4s for wounds. And we'll get
for wounds, because you're toughness. Oh no.
No, toughness 4, yeah. 4s or more, so a decent enough roll.
Freeze.
Freeze.
3 good.
Yeah, 3 dead. Not too bad. Armour hold's pretty good, but 3 immortals killed. Yeah, well maybe just try and reduce your... Oh, no. Protect the crypt tech. Dear me, we'll take them from here. So, model stuck together, but those 3 gone. Just that. Yeah, we just checked on the sheet there. He's got a melter gun. This is the...
Into the destroyer.
From him. Yes, go on him. 3s for a hit. Nope. So,
That's fine.
I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, so that's that done. So Storm Raven's finished. There's some grenades to throw. The Chaplain will chuck 1. And so will the Sanguinary Priest.
Gonna chuck
2 frags. 2 cracks.
I'm just going to chuck a crack grenade because I want Actually, I'm not going to do that.
No, he wants to keep his distance. He's got a crater to charge across. We don't want to blunder failed charge there. So James will hold his grenades for now. Angel's bolt guns could fire, and they'll be on reroll hits for heirs of Escalion being near the Sanguinor. Range 12 for them.
All going to shoot into the wraiths.
Into the wraiths, okay. So one's just out of range, you have to fire across against the Triarch Praetorians. The rest, though, 12 shots into the wraiths. So James needs freeze, rerolling.
No ones. Oh, there's one here. Reroll ones because of...
No, it's reroll hits, heirs of Escalion.
Well,
for the Sanguinor. 5s to wound, actually. Toughness 5 on the wraiths. And it's just the 1. 3+. Passed, so 0 damage. 2 shots into the Triarch Praetorians.
No.
Right, okay, he's not going to find the Triarch Praetorians. I'll go around the other side so you can see what's going on. Yes, the situation here doesn't want to cause any casualties at all against these. He wants to make the maximum charge.
9 inches, and so
right, you don't want me to remove that model there.
Yeah.
Okay, so James is going to leave it there. He's not going to fire at those at all. So that's their firepower complete. 9 inches away, or more than 9 inches, that puts the grenades out of range over here. Right, so shooting complete. James has picked up some wounds here and there, but not that deadly. Combats will be the key point. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. 1, 2, 3 charges over there. 4, 5, 6, 7 units potentially that could charge. So loads of potential close combat in this turn. This is make or break here. If James hurts the Necrons enough, he'll need to harm them severely. Otherwise, they'll just start to clamber back again. So it's got to be a deadly blow delivered at this point. If James fails to cause enough trouble, the Necrons will rally and then start to deal with the Blood Angels. So this is the key moment here in this battle so far. We're going to charges and Overwatch next. Alright, so looking very healthy for the Blood Angels. Almost went exactly according to plan. The only unit that didn't make it in was the Sanguinary Guard. James used up Descent of Angels on the Smash Captain. He's made it in to the Triarch Praetorians, and also wobbly models, so we've not been able to place him up on top here, but he's made it into contact with Tamun'Ra. So you can spin Tamun'Ra around here carefully. Oh, let James do that to face his nemesis here. And then the Dreadnoughts charged in. Librarian Dreadnoughts made it into contact against the Immortals and also the Destroyers. Then here, these Necron Warriors have been contacted. James is interested in stopping them from firing next turn just because they've been contacted there in close combat. And then across here, Necron Warriors have been set upon by the Thunderhammer Terminators, the Chaplain and the Priest as well. So Necrons seriously under siege here at this stage. James could deliver potentially, say almost a knockout blow. You could do it here if all goes according to plan. Loads of potential attacks, loads of bonus attacks, and potential fighting again options, or an option available so one of these units could fight again if James plays Honour the Chapter, is it called?
Yeah.
Honour the Chapter. And it's for an infantry unit or any unit? Or...
Thing is, I'm going to have to spend stratagem points.
Yes.
For
extra attacks.
Smash Captain.
Yes.
So
he's got 3 command points left. He's burning through them. Whether he uses them all up at this stage, we'll see. We'll start resolving combats here. Overwatch, by the way, one of the scouts was killed here. And that was it. Nothing here. The Dreadnought actually took a wound from the Immortals. That's it. Okay, so that's all Overwatch done. Charges, distances resolved. We'll conclude some combats next. Alright, so James has picked this combat round here just to where the Necrons could interrupt play. So James is going to put all of his attacks into Tamun'Ra.
yeah, because of the quantum shielding.
Quantum shielding's pretty good, yeah. So James has 9 attacks. He is on 4 attacks, +1 for red, +1 for Death Company, so an extra attack there. And then also an extra attack for being near the Sanguinor, and then James rolled D3 extra attacks. He scored an extra 3 attacks for Red Rampage, so 9 attacks in total. 3s to hit, yes.
Rolling ones.
Yes, that's right.
Rerolling ones.
Oh no, not a full house. Oh no, 9 out of 9. 2s to wound.
Yeah, because of red first. So it's 2s. 2 1s.
2 have failed.
Okay,
so I have the Lightning Field Relic. So 4+ invuln saves to try and block these. We block those.
So that is 12 damage.
That's 12 damage. Now quantum shielding. Yes, I've actually blocked those two with quantum shielding, ignoring the damage. I just got under the damage. Damage 4, so I need to get 1, 2 or 3, which I've done. I could even try and command reroll that one. And, well, where else do I need close? No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. I'll take the damage. So 4 wounds taken on Tamun'Ra, but he's still very much alive. Yeah, I've just checked very carefully the wording. That's the way quantum shielding works. It's 4 damage. Needed to score 1, 2 or 3 to ignore that damage. So incredible, ancient technology being used.
Counter.
It really is good to help him keep alive. Plus the addition of that invuln save for the lightning field. Hey, lightning field, 4+. Yes, you take a mortal wound. You've been struck by lightning as well.
6 I ignored.
Yes. No, alright, so Lazarus has taken a mortal wound here, struck by lightning from Tamun'Ra. What nemesis battle taking place here. So, we'll move on now. Do I interrupt players? The question. I may well do that. We'll use the Triarch Praetorians potentially to take on the Sanguinor here. We'll see what options we have. We may well use 2 command points. I've got 5. Yeah, we'll go for it. So we're going to use 2 just from the pile. Use up those up. I've got 3 left. And we'll fight now with the Triarch Praetorians. Yeah, so we'll fight with the Triarch Praetorians. 2 of them are closed in here. 3 of them actually against the Sanguinor. And then 2 at the back will not make it in. They've jumped down. But these 5 can fight across there against the Sanguinor himself. Alright, so yes, we'll do 15 attacks into the Sanguinor. I was looking for other cards to play. We'll just play as we are. That 6 is a separate dice. So, we're looking for 3s. So yeah, not bad at all. Then we're looking for 3s to wound with strength 5. So that's a 4. You happy enough for that one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. We just play whole facing for our dice rolling. 9 inches. Or 9 inches, sorry. 9 wounds coming through. James has a 4+ invuln save. He'll need to pass these, a good number of them, otherwise there'll be trouble. He's fouled 4.
His last wound.
On his last wound. Ouch. Alright, so... But he's still alive. That's the key. He'll be able to pull away and perhaps be helped by the priest later on. Sanguinor, though, a bit of trouble here. Being set upon by Triarch Praetorians. So the whole theme here is a chariot. In ancient times, you had chariot runners that ran before or around the chariot in ancient times. And so that's the kind of reflection I've done. A fast unit to run alongside. Chariot runners, yeah. So that's the plan. So and a bodyguard, and that's what they're doing. We'll go for 9 attacks into...
No. I'll do my attacks now.
No, it's the same unit.
Oh, it's the same unit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So 9 attacks now into Lazarus. Yeah, he's got his own wounds to deal with here. He does have a 3+ invuln save, so he can fight. Here, ooh, 2 wounds come through. 6 is to ignore. No, 2 wounds taken. So Lazarus has taken 2 more wounds. He's got 2 left for a captain. Right, so damage taken by the Blood Angels characters here. They need to be careful. Necron's causing trouble here. Interesting. So, Librarian, I take it you want to plough all of these attacks into the destroyers to kill them?
Yes.
Okay, so D3 extra attacks here because of quickening. Just 1 extra attack plus 3. So 4 attacks.
Needing 2.
2s.
Strength 10.
2s to kill.
It's good. It's 3 damage, AP -4.
Oh no. Not the wipeout. Do your command reroll. Tough one, James, because you've got 2 command points left. He needs that to fight again with the Sanguinor. Yeah, he's not going to use it here. He wants to fight again with the captain, Lazarus. So he's going to hold on to his precious 2 command points here. So 2 of these destroyed.
No, not very 6, the captain.
Ah, for reroll 1s? No. Okay, so not much you can do.
No.
No, not within range of the chaplain either. Okay. So that's that combat resolved. James will pick another combat here. It'll be well, not picking combats, it's charges first, isn't it? Yeah. So Terminators next. James will have 11 attacks here with these re-rolling hits. So 4s to hit. Chance, I reckon, to wipe these warriors out, which will be great. Which will be a great result for the Blood Angels. 4s.
Re-rolling to hit.
Yeah,
because of
the chaplain. So good start. Oh, fantastic roll. 10 hits. I think you can do the wipeout here.
So used to pulverise.
Yeah, nothing we can do to block it. It's AP -3. There's a couple of ones. That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 left. If we play it so I remove all of these, we might be able to get away with something here. We'll see. Yeah, James thinking perhaps you should have attacked with the other characters first. The priest has moved in but won't be able to contact anyone. Chaplain's made a piling move though and can reach all 3 of these. So we'll do his attacks next. He has 3 attacks. Rerolling his own hits.
2s.
And
strength 5, but +1 strength.
2s to wound.
+1 to wound. So
Yeah.
2s. It's AP -1, 2 damage.
Okay. 5s or 6s. Kept one alive vitally. So 1 Necron warrior remains. Just there. So we've done James's further piling just there, but that's that resolve. Just 1 Necron warrior to fight back. And then now scouts fighting for 5 attacks. Nope.
Sergeant.
8 attacks. Sergeant. 9 attacks. Yeah.
3s. Not within 6 of the chaplain. +1 to wound because of
Yeah.
angels.
Oh yes, 3s to wound. 4 of them. 4 up saves. No, they brought down 3 Necron warriors. So 3 of those removed. Yeah, I was sort of piling. Don't want to lose the auto pass morale, so we'll just maybe hold here one of the models and move the others in. But we'll resolve the Necron attacks back next.
I'm going to hit you hard. I'm going to hit you really hard.
Oh, if you survive.
Because I'll do
Oh, no. If you die or you survive, it's going to hurt.
only in death does duty end.
Yes, and then if you survive, honour the chapter.
No, I can't do honour the chapter.
Oh, because that's 3 command points.
Yeah, if he dies,
Ah.
front.
Oh.
And I'll achieve objective as well. Because if I kill him with my warlord,
Yeah.
I'll get victory points.
Right, in which case I might not want to fight here.
I'm just letting you know in advance as well.
That's very kind of you, thanks. But yeah, we'll just cover this. No damage here from the Lone Warrior. 1 wound was caused against the Dreadnought, so 6 wounds remaining. And up here, we lost a couple of Necron Warriors, and we brought down 2 of the Scouts, just 2 of them left. So a bloodbath taking place amongst here. Necrons falling like crazy. Blood Angels doing very well, but is it enough? These 3 units are still alive. I can reanimate the whole lot, so including the Destroyers as well. So it looks bad for the Necrons, but we can pull back, reanimate, firepower available with him, and potentially others if they resurrect, and Wraiths on standby. So, decapitating strike. Yes. If you kill me.
Yes.
Yes, there's a big incentive not to fight against the Smash Captain here. Well, I don't get a choice. I have to fight you. I can't just elect not to fight. So, we've forgotten about the Sanguinor. He needs to fight, but it's not going to make any impact here. So we'll do... I don't want to slay James with Tamun'Ra, otherwise he'll play a whole host of cards and achieve points and so on. So I'm just going to attack you normally, without Entropic Strike. I don't get to reroll them. Freeze for a wound. There's a wound, so 3+1 save to make. Saved, that's it. Alright, so now we'll let the Sanguinor fight next. So 6 attacks with him, 5 attacks, then +1 for his own bubble.
2s to hit.
2s to hit. Reroll 1s for the captain being nearby. And
+1 strength, because no, +1 to wound because I charged.
2s to wound.
So that's 2s to wound.
2s to kill.
AP -4, so that's 6 dead. Oh, it's D3 damage.
D3 damage at time.
2 wounds.
God, you can't have killed 6 Trarch Praetorians.
Well, the dice has told me that I did.
Oh, right, okay. The first one.
D3, that's a 6.
Yep, next one.
Is a 5.
Yep.
Next one is a 1.
1, and then it will slay.
Yep.
The next one is a kill. And the last one
is a 6.
Okay,
5 dead.
So 5 dead. Incredible result there. Sanguinor, excellent chopping going on from him. Yeah, so 5 can be removed. There'll still be 5 Trarch Praetorians left, so not so bad from them. But that will mark the end of the turn. It's been an absolutely vicious fight here in this battle so far. Have the Blood Angels done enough? I still think there's plenty of fight left in this Necron army. The casualties have been taken, but I can resurrect about half of them. That's the danger here when fighting against the Necrons. So we'll round up the turn. Deadly close combat's taking place so far. We'll resolve some morale and see what kind of victory points have been achieved by the Blood Angels. Okay, so morale's been resolved. It's all auto-pass here for the Necrons, thanks to the Cryptek being nearby. James passed on a reroll, got an 8 that he needed for the Scouts. They're fine, yeah, they show no fear. And Triarch Praetorians ignore morale. So there's no roll for them at all. So that's the end of the turn. So you're trading in advance, yes, okay, so another point can be achieved, well done. Area denial, yes, keeping that area, so 1 victory point plus 3, because it was your Warlord. He didn't do anything, but that's his card, so he counts as achieving it. We'll play it that way, so 4 points picked up for that, so 5 points picked up by James. Well done, that catapults the Blood Angels back into this fight. I would say this game is evens at this stage. Necrons must strike back well. If the game continues as it is, the Blood Angels will smash all before them. But Blood Angels, their characters are gravely wounded. And the Necrons, as we said earlier, have this ability to resurrect, so the game's far from over yet. We'll go on to the third turn now for the Necrons. Alright, so we're on Necron turn 3 here. I think the Necrons can bounce back. Much of their force is still alive. And we've got resurrection or reanimation protocols to do on all of these units. The disadvantage for them is they're not going to be able to shoot. None of these infantry units can be able to fire. But the destroyers can. They have the fly keywords. They'll be able to pull out and shoot from that combat. So Necrons just need to regroup here and try and expand their force as much as possible by reanimation. That's the danger of this Necron army. If you don't kill them, they can make a comeback. And then the combat continues just over here with Tamun'Ra locked in mortal combat with Lazarus Dawnhammer. We'll go on to movement now for the Necrons. I've got a good feeling about this, but we'll see what we can do. So movement's been done for the Necrons now, and as anticipated, a lot of models have been restored. So this unit's gone from 1 to 8 in size, reanimated there with the help of the Cryptek, who's remained where he is. So we deployed these within squad coherency of the one that was engaged, and then that lone model has then since pulled out of combat. So we've unengaged from combat, and we've resurrected 7 of the Necron warriors. 2 of the Immortals restored and pulled out of combat, so now there's a unit of 9. The destroyers are back to full strength. We played endless reanimation or enhanced reanimation protocols, rerolling 1s. I rolled 2 1s to resurrect, which I then re-rolled thanks to the stratagem, and 5 and a 6, both of those were restored, back with their full complement of wounds. So destroyers pretty resilient if they can be resurrected. Then here, reanimated a couple more of the Necron warriors from this squad as well. Then the monolith I've brought on into this corner, just over 12 inches away from the edge of the flyhead. Just need to put some kind of firepower into that. It's taken no damage so far, and if that thing's free to roam around the board, it will cause a lot of trouble for the Necrons. Then on this side, Tamun'Ra's remained in combat. He's restored 2 wounds thanks to living metal. The bonus, or it's a D3 number of wounds that can be restored thanks to the Cryptek with the cloak, who has remained pretty much where he is. It's just behind the wing of Lazarus Dawnhammer, who's continued to reign in combat there with Tamun'Ra, and also the Triarch Praetorians, the bodyguard. I've reanimated 2 of those. 2 of those have been restored, and they've gone into combat against the Sanguinor. The Wraiths have moved out. Difficult choice where to go. Whether to go after Terminators around here, or to go after the Sanguinary Guard. I'm going to try and cut these down as much as possible. So we're going to see an epic clash between these 2 elite units. Then that's the movement done for the Necrons. Look at our casualty pile. It was double that size, and then half of it's been put back onto the board again. We have just fulfilled a mission, Endless Legions. We kept a tally. We've reached 10 models that have been reanimated. So that's another victory point the Necrons can take. And then we've gone for mission critical objective. It's actually objective number 6, which we've not gone after this turn. It's just over there. James will probably have to go after that one. In fact, I'm going to place that on the table so that we know that anyone can go after that mission. Then the second card, the last card that we're able to draw, is Hold the Line. That's 3 units within your own deployment zone. We should be able to fulfill that this turn. Most of the Necron army is still in this area. That's movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase next, so the Necrons on turn 3. Okay. Yeah, we're just discussing mission critical objective. This one doesn't fall within the category of that both sides can fulfill. So this one's just available for the Necrons. So I need to get some kind of unit over there if I'm to fulfill that card. We may well just discard it at the end of the turn. But hold the line's possible, and we've just fulfilled Endless Legions. We're on to shooting phase now. I do have some firepower available, especially from these, and I've got a couple of command points left. Might be able to play some enhancements to help them out. Okay, so on shooting phase here, I've played Extermination Protocols, just trying to decide who to shoot at. The Dreadnought's a threat. I'm thinking I should have stayed in combat with him, with the Immortals, and just absorbed the damage, but haven't done that. So now we've got to try and deal with him with firepower to be free to move off and cause trouble here for the Necrons later on. So do we fire at the Flyer, which is a massive threat, or do we fire at the Dreadnought there, which could cause a heap of trouble as well? We do have the Monolith in support, so there's other firepower options available. Okay, we're going to split fire. Oh boy. We're going to put 3 shots into the Flyer and 6 shots into the Dreadnought to try and finish him off. I might regret this, but we'll see. You've got 6 wounds left. Yeah. We'll go after the Storm Raven here, so needing 4s because of -1. It's hard to hit. Got 2 hits. Rerolling hits and wounds. 5s to wound. There's 1. I'll reroll this one. Just the one. It's -3. No. So failure, and it's D3 damage. 2.
Down to 12.
12 wounds left. Alright, that helps. Now the Dreadnought, the Librarian Dreadnought here. 3s to hit him. Need the hits here. Full house. Okay. 5s to wound. That's not good. God, that stratagem is powerful. Ooh. Might be enough to stop you. So that's 3 there. So James needs to make some saves of 6+. He'll be grateful for any 6s here. It's a bit of pressure, a fair bit of pressure actually. Even if one of these is blocked, that should keep you alive. He's rolled 2 6s. Not going to die. Oh boy, now there's trouble. And we only caused 1 wound. So you're down to 5 wounds left. That Dreadnought is in very, very good condition still, despite the firepower that's headed its way. I don't think I have anything on the table now that can cause it any kind of trouble.
Him?
No, he's locked in combat. Tamun'Ra's locked in combat. Your Dreadnought has survived, James. He's in the heart of
the Emperor for Sanguinius.
He's in the heart of this Necron army.
Blood.
And yeah, James likes the idea of keeping that Dreadnought alive. Alright, we'll move on to something else now. A bit of pressure on the Necrons. That Dreadnought is still on the board. Right, Monolith needs to do something to this Flyer. This is the whip, particle whip in 4s.
Yep.
Needing 3s. That was a miss or a fail. Look, 1 command point left. No, I need to keep that. So
3 saves.
3 saves to make. Yes, -2 actually. So 5s and 6s. Save 1. So 2d3 damage. It is 4 wounds coming through. It's down to 8. Still very much alive. We'll fire all of the Gore's Flux Arcs at you next. 4s. Just take away these misses. Yeah, it's not bad. They fixed the Monolith. 3s to hit now.
There's FAQ.
5s to wound. 2 wounds coming through at -2. So 2 saves of 5+, so a couple more wounds will drop off. Nope. No, 2 more. Down to 6 wounds. That'll drop James into a bracket. So he's still alive, but at least his firepower will be reduced by some degree. But Storm Raven gunships are tough, and 2 of them is quite a lot to deal with for any opponent. Okay, so not bad for the Monolith. Good supporting fire from that. Wraiths can't fire. Particle casters, actually, I'm going to fire them in close combat with the Triarch Praetorians.
Oh, yeah.
I've just been firing here into close combat with these particle casters. 3 saves to make on the Sanguinor here of 2+, otherwise he might be in trouble. And how many against the captain? How many Praetorians have I got?
3.
3, okay. I resurrected a couple of those, by the way. So this is now a unit of 6, 7. No, it's not every ones. 3s to wound. Yes, 2 saves on Lazarus.
3+. Saved.
Ah, saved. Okay, all right. So that's that one done. Particle casters, they're Triarch units. They're not affected by the Mephrit dynasty bonus of further -1 at close range. I wish they were, but they're not. So that's it. None of these units can shoot. Yes, actually. The Staff of Light. And I will fire it at the Dreadnought. 2 hits. A wound.
What's the damage on this?
-3, I think.
Damage?
1, damage 1.
Oh, damage 1.
6 up save. 6 blast. Strength 5, the wound still went through, and it was only -2 actually. So James Rod needed a 5 or a 6, and he got a 6. Just looking around.
Is that it?
That is it. No, Staff of Light actually across the other side. Cryptek. I'll fire across at the flyer. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, see if we're in range. There we should be. 4s to hit, and 5s for a wound. Nothing. Okay, that's the end of shooting. Definitely done. So we'll go on to assaults now. Some ongoing melees to resolve and some new ones to charge and do Overwatch 4 as well. We'll see what units make it in. Okay, just discussing what James's options are here. He does have 2 command points left. Maybe will come in handy. I think you're saving them for...
In case he dies...
Yes, honour the chapter.
To attack again.
Yes, right, okay. Charges first of all. Wraiths first. They're 2 damage at times, so be careful with these Sanguinary Guard. 3s to hit. So a good number of hits. That's bang on average actually. 3s to wound. 5 saves here at -2. So 5 saves of 4+. Ouch.
4 dead.
That's painful. 4 dead. That's real bad. Okay, and James is not going to do any rerolls here. There's a very good result here for the Wraiths. Alright, so now we pick a combat. We're taking it in turns. I choose... Oh boy.
Because even if I spent 2...
So how many wounds have we got here?
Well, he's got 2 left.
2 wounds left.
Even if I spent 2 command points, you'll still get to fight with another one. So for me, it's a waste of CP.
Yes. Okay. I need to kill that captain. Real bad. But then you'll fight back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I'm indefinite duty end.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Infantry character.
Yes. Yes, yes. Right, okay. Difficult one here.
Ignore my invuln? Or are you going to resurrect?
Yeah, I'm choosing what to do. I could choose to fight with the Triarch Praetorians. This is the interesting option here, in which case you get to try and kill both of these characters. If I fight with him, he could do the job. Difficult choice here. Right, I'm going to fight with the Triarch Praetorians. Oh dear, this could be a terrible mistake. They're 3 attacks each. Going to go into the captain first of all, Lazarus. I'm on 2s to hit because of the Pharaoh's will, or wave of command, has been played on them. They're an infantry unit. So a load of 1s though.
Toughness 4.
Strength 5. 3 for wounds. Okay, 3 wounds come through. It's AP -3, so James will drop down to his 3+. 3+ invuln save. Oh no. Takes a wound, that's it. He has lived. Oh, blast. Okay, so 1 wound left. 6+, you ignore it.
Yes, because of the
Black Rage. Death Company, yes.
No.
No, okay. But I do get to fight here to try and take out the Sanguinary. I'm just worried about him because he can cause horrendous damage with that sword. Because I don't have an invuln save for these Praetorians. So we're actually on 12 attacks. And we'll get through to that, drop him down to that 4+ invuln save. 2s. 3s. They are a good bodyguard. Yeah, like Lich Guard are okay, they're solid, but these guys are quicker, they can keep up the chariot. And they've caused 7 wounds. 7 saves of 4+. Surely he's gone, he's long, long gone. Sanguinary is dead. Okay. I don't think James wants to use Honour the Chapter for him. Well, you might do actually, because that means he'll get to fight and he's going to fight anyway.
Yep.
Oh, switch of plan here. The Sanguinary is going to fight.
5+ regain.
So as soon as you die, you get to fight, or at the end of the phase?
I'll check.
We'll check the wording here. But either way, the Praetorians have finished, so I don't think it's going to make too much difference. Yeah, it's what's the name of the card? It's not Honour the Chapter, it's only in Death does duty end. Okay, and it says immediately, so fight.
6 attacks.
6 attacks for the Sanguinor, yeah.
2s.
2s for hits, rerolling 1s because the captain's nearby.
Oh, yes.
Oh wow. What a relationship between these two.
Cocktail, reroll that one.
That's fine. All hit. Freeze to wound.
Yes, strength plus.
No, stop. Freeze to kill.
Exactly, it's AP -4.
Oh no, my Praetorians. Oh no. I thought I was good enough to survive. 3. Okay, not too bad. So 3 from there can disappear.
D3 damage, because they've got 2 wounds each.
Oh, I do have 2 wounds. Yes, I thought they only had 1. Okay, so the first one is a wound, which is then turns into a kill. And then the last one is 2. It's actually 2 of dead. Okay. They're durable enough. There's no invuln save, but they reanimate these things. So those wounds can disappear. The Sanguinor is no more.
So now I get to fight my captain.
So yes, pick a combat, which case you'll pick the captain.
Yeah.
No red rampage here, and no Sanguinor to grant him bonuses as well. So he's just on a straight war attacks. It's going, yeah, it is 4 attacks. So 3 hits, all going into Tamun'Ra here. 3 hits, not too bad at all. And now you're looking for 2s. Sorry, strength 10, toughness 6.
3s.
3s to wound. Yeah, because it's not the turn in which you charged. Or the first round of a combat, this is ongoing. 2 come through. So first of all is Lightning Field, 4+ invuln. Save 1.
So it's 4 damage.
4 damage. And then 1, 2, or 3 to ignore it. Yeah. 4 damage. Alright, so drop me down to 2 wounds. Living Metals kept him alive. This chariot here, I was contemplating removing him from the army. He seemed to be not too tough. But taking the Lightning Field and Quantum Shielding is solid as a rock for him. And then having the Cryptek floating around doing repairs. The Triarch Bodyguard as well. Got a nice combo going on here. It is expensive, but it's an aggressive wing of this Necron force, and it's standing up to some of the most elite units that the Blood Angels have. Fascinating fight taking place here between these units. So you've picked a combat. I'll now pick the Necron infantry warriors over there fighting against the scouts. Okay, so I've kept some of these out because I want to keep them in 6 of the Cryptek. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's wobbly model syndrome, but those are all clustered around the scouts. Freeze to hit. Stand a good chance here. Yeah, not too bad at all. Force to wound. Strength 4, toughness 4. Just 2. So 2 saves of 4+.
Carapace armor. No.
No 2 freeze. Not power armor. Scouts have been overwhelmed. Okay, so that's that combat done. The combat that we have left to do is the Sanguinary Guard against the Wraiths, just over here on that side. So James will have 6 attacks, so 2 attacks each. And Tamun'Ra hasn't fought back yet. Oh, we slay this captain. Okay, so yes, I'll pick that combat. 2s. 3s.
Oh, I pick a combat first, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, it's out of sync. It's okay, yeah, it's alright. So -4, but you do have your invuln save here. We haven't done Entropic Strike. So I should have done, actually, because I've got 1 command point left, but never mind. 2 saves of 3+.
Saved.
Oh, why? I could have killed him. 4 wounds.
I thought you were going to play that card.
Guy, no, bad play. Okay. And it would be extremely cheeky to then ask for it now. No, it's not going to happen. Alright, across here then. Sanguinary Guard, 6 attacks.
6 attacks.
Needing 3s. And rerolling 1s, thanks to Captain Lazarus Dawnhammer nearby.
Reroll that 1.
Yep. And these are D3 damage here, so the Wraiths need to be careful.
+1 to wound, because you charged me. There's 4s.
Yes, correct, yeah.
That's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
-3. So you got your 3 up in one.
Invuln saves. Failed 1, D3 damage.
3 damage. Let's hope we get 5 or 6. No.
No, just a wound. Better. Alright, if that was Thunderhammers, that would have been 1 killed, so
yeah.
I fancied our chances better on that flank. So that's it, end of turn here. Pretty good for the Necrons. They are still very much a strong presence on this table. But Blood Angels are still on the table as well. The captain may want to continue in combat. There's 2 wounds left. Oh, we're going into your turn. Exactly. I've only got 2 wounds left. Oh no, Tamun'Ra is in trouble. Blast. So yeah, this game's far from over. We've got a Storm Raven gunship still mobile, it's taking damage. Dreadnought's still alive. These guys can cause a heap of trouble, and we'll see what cards James can draw. As far as objectives is concerned, it's pretty evens here for victory points, so we've got no idea who's going to win this one. So turning into one of those close battles, which is always good. I'm going to trade in, hold the line here. We've got 3 units within our deployment zone, so we've just picked up another victory point. Turn's finished for the Necrons, so we'll go on to the 3rd turn now for the Blood Angels. Alright, so we haven't done for the Blood Angels. The game is far from over here. James has positioned himself to cause trouble, and some good tactics being used here. So, cards first of all. You have a number of cards.
Defend objective marker number 5.
It's that one. Now, we can't get that one. It's just ones that say secure objective is the ones that we can grab. Storm and defense, that's not one of the ones that can be captured by either side.
Secure objective marker.
That can be, but James is going to sit on that one. Yep.
And I've still got decapitating strike.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, multiple points available here. Right, so hold in position with these scouts. These going to read to rapid fire into these Necron warriors, which have been freed up. Now, what James has done is he has first of all restored a wound on the wounded, the freshly resurrected. So he's resurrected and now he's been healed properly by the Narvacium.
You resurrect, I'll heal.
Yes, but look how much more efficient the machine is at reanimating. But anyway, look, James has spread out here. His intention, I think, is to charge all of these units to prevent them from shooting again. Yeah, so, you know, it's good tactics here. Dreadnought's popped smoke already, and ready to use Psychic Powers into charge. And then the Flyer's gone into hover mode down to here to fire at the Monolith. James could cause a lot of trouble for that. And over here he's remained in close combat with the Wraiths, and then remained in close combat with the Captain, fighting against Tamun'Ra and other Praetorians who will close in for the kill as well. But brave stuff from Lazarus, fighting desperately. His main aim, his eyes fixed upon Tamun'Ra to destroy that ancient foe if he can. We're going to Psychic Phase, actually. Yes, Psychic Phase next for the Blood Angels on turn 3. Good Psychic Phase here, 2 mortals. 2 mortals, 2 immortals took mortal wounds. Took mortal wounds there from Smite, and then the Quickening, where James gets the crazy psycho extra charge distance and attacks and so on with the Dreadnought. Great unit, really do like him in the list. So the Psychic Phase finished, gone to Shooting Phase next. Yeah, Angel's bolt guns aren't pistol, they're assault too, so they can't be shot or be used in close combat. So he has a bolt pistol, does he?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's a Space Marine. He rerolls.
Reroll ones. Yeah.
Roll 6.
Gets a hit. I take it he's firing into the face of Tamun'Ra.
Well, you have to shoot at the nearest enemy.
Everyone's within an inch, so you pick.
So hit Tamun'Ra. Why not?
Okay. Or fire at one of the bodyguards. One of the Praetorians is clambered across his back. He pulls out a pistol, sticks it into its metallic ribcage, and fails to wound. Okay.
Frag.
Yeah, grenades being thrown by these characters, yes. So frag grenade into them.
Yep. D6 shots. 5 shots.
5 shots.
Ballistic skill 3+.
Yep. And 5s to wound.
Strength 3.
It's wipeouts you need. James is going for the spread to try and deny the firepower, but it's wipeouts he would need to try and actually destroy this Necron force. 2 wounds, 2 saves of 4+. Foul 1. Frag grenade blows apart one of the Necron warriors.
Is that going to be Priest?
Same target or different target?
I'm going to chuck a grenade against him.
The Immortals.
6 shots.
6 shots from him. Yes, this is a great spot for chucking grenades in amongst these Necrons here. 3s for hits for him. And 5s to wound again. Just the 1 and a free up save. Surely not. No, alright, survives. Just 1 Necron warrior brought down. We'll mark him up for morale, but whilst that Cryptek's around, Necrons will be ignoring that morale.
Bolters.
Bolters, yeah. Firepower coming in from one rooftop to the next from the scouts.
Actually,
and there's some other scouts as well. Okay, yeah, James has plenty of options here with these scouts. There's a heavy bolter available also. Storm's about to fire. We've resolved the shooting here. 2 Necron Warriors brought down as firepower from these 2 scout squads and heavy bolter firing as well. We've checked the points just to give you an idea of what's going on here. The Necrons are ahead by about 3 victory points at this stage, but James has his cards still to trade in potentially to try and even the game up, but it is close at this stage. Stormraven though, this could cause trouble for the monolith. There's 20 wounds to try and get through. Hurricane bolters are available. I reckon he can fire into these Necron Warriors. You can see them. And then he has the heavy weapons. I would imagine everything's going to go into the monolith. Okay, here we go. Test for the Stormraven. You're on -1 to hit though. 2 las cannon shots then.
4s.
Needs these hits. 1 hit does come through. Those barrels explode, by the way. Go on. Oh, no wound. Yeah, you've used them all. Okay.
Twin
melters, these are the ones you want to hit with. Oh, 1. Force for a wound. Oh, the wound comes through. It's -4 straight through. 2d6, choose the best. 6 wounds, all of a sudden dropped to 14. And rocket shots.
Storm strike rockets. 2 hits.
Nice.
Strength 8.
4s. No, struggling here, but not bad. 6 wounds caused on the monolith. So 14 wounds left. Yeah, the turn 1 conundrum here in 8th edition. The monoliths are pretty good at avoiding that because you can keep them off the table and deep strike them in. A massive advantage. If that was on the board, sat there, parked up on turn 1, the Stormravens would have it for breakfast. But because you can keep it off the board and bring it down where you need it when the time is right, it's much more survivable. And then in the middle and later stages of the game, if this thing's sitting on 20 wounds, it's a lot of hard work, as you've seen Stormraven struggling to...
It was damaged though.
Cause a lot of... Yeah, but struggling to cause a lot of wounds. You need to pick up loads of wounds here on this thing. 20 wounds to try and get through. So Monolith has a part to play, I think, in this Necron list. So...
Charges.
Right, yes. Firepower resolved. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. We'll see what... You know, it's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll resolve some Overwatch. Plenty of Overwatch available here for the Necrons. Right, so charges have taken place here. It's gone well. 1 Terminator brought down from Overwatch from a ton of units. So not too bad. Loads of 3+ invuln saves passed. Not loads, it's about 6 when he had to make.
Could have been a whole lot more.
Yeah. Didn't roll too many 6s to hit, but a lot of firepower there on Overwatch, but nowhere near as effective as it would be if I was able to shoot. So James has effectively silenced the whole battle line of the Necrons again. Crucially, he's made contact with the Cryptek here as well, with one of the Terminators. They've gone into this unit. Chaplain, 2 targets ended up going to this one, didn't roll high enough to reach the Immortals. 1 Terminator into here, and then not charged at all with the Sanguinary Priest. Dreadnoughts made it in. Overwatch was prevented from these because he charged those first, and then he's charged into the Destroyers, who failed to cause any damage on Overwatch, and we've got continuing melees going on here. Most units on the board are in close combat now. This is the way the game's descended into a bloodbath here. Necrons don't bleed though, just oil patches and scrap metal. Blood Angels do bleed though, and we'll bleed them more as we go into close combat resolution next. But James has a load of chargers here that are going to get to fight first. Necrons do not have the points to interrupt. Not enough command points available to try and interrupt combat. He's pointed to the Dreadnought first with its Force Halberd. Yeah, D3 extra attacks with the Psychic Power first of all for quickening. Extra 3. Oh, no. 6 attacks, nice. 2s to hit.
I'm not re-rolling ones because I'm not really sick.
I need a bigger unit of Destroyers. They're too small.
Re-rolls to hit because the Chaplain, because it applies to units. That includes Dreadnoughts.
No.
Yes.
Oh, we're finding all these symbiotic relationships here in this battle. Yeah. Oh, the Dreadnought's on fire.
So it's going to be 2s to wound anyway.
Yes.
Strength 10.
What's the minus on it?
AP -4 damage.
No, no. Oh no, please.
Oh yes.
No, stop.
Yes.
No, please don't do it.
They're gone.
They're gone. The Destroyers are destroyed. Oh, by the Librarian Dreadnought. Oh, dear me. That's a deadly blow. That's decent firepower from them. And they've just been hacked asunder by a rampaging Librarian Dreadnought in the heart of this Necron force. Yeah, litanies of hate.
It's different to Lamarty's.
Right.
Lamarty's only applies to Deaf Company.
Yes.
Whereas a regular chaplain.
Right.
Units.
Okay. But
that could apply to a vehicle as well. Like a storm.
Right, okay. Unbelievable. No, excellent. So that little chaplain there, well, I wouldn't call him little to his face, but that chaplain is very helpful here, assisting, aiding, and abetting this Blood Angels force as it smashes these Necrons to pieces. The Force Halberd cutting its way through unit of destroyers. They are gone, and now this whole battle line is silenced because it cannot fire back. It can just reanimate and die over and over. Oh, incredible. Blood Angels, I think, are starting to wrestle here to take the upper hand, but they're points behind. They need to trade in cards at the same time, even if they are starting to tip the game in their favour. So Chargers next. Terminators here on a smashing frenzy. Alright, so 2 attacks into the Cryptek here. So 2 attacks in 4s.
Yeah, this is the regular Terminator.
Yes.
4s to hit. Rerolls to hit because
of the chaplain. Ah, 6 of 5.
So strength 8. Your toughness
4.
So it's 2 to wound. AP minus 3, 6 damage.
Oh no.
Potential.
Oh no, stop.
Oh yeah.
Please. I need the Cryptek. Oh, one's failed. Oh, 3 damage.
No CPs.
You got no command points. I'll live because of that one.
Unless I declare the chaplain to hit him.
Well, maybe. We'll figure out if you can do that. I've just rolled a 6. It's AP minus 3. We've blocked it, so no damage at all on the Cryptek. He's kept himself alive. Sergeant. Good turn up. Sergeant now smashing into regular Necron warriors. Team 4s. Yeah, he gets 3 attacks. 2s to pulverise this time. He's only got 4 up save. Yep, okay. So I'll check him. I'm sure he's got a 3+ save. But anyway, you've killed 2 there, yeah? Okay, so 2 Necron warriors brought down.
I think you got 3 up save.
Yeah, and damage or wounds is, or casualties is 3. Yeah, no, we've checked here. It's a 4-up save. We try and get the rules right, and we've just had to double check there. And he has taken 3 wounds. 1 wound left. He's a 4-wound model.
Next Terminator into your Immortals.
Immortals, yeah. So 2 attacks. Double 6. James having to spread his attacks here, but it's tactically helping out. 2 wounds caused. We do get a save of 6+. These are a 3-up save. No. It's 2 Immortals slain. I'll take them from over there. I don't think it matters. And then upstairs now. On top. Smashing warriors. 6 and 5. Dice rolling is incredible. 2. Ugh. Gone. Okay, so smashing away. We should be able to resurrect, but we're just sort of helpless here. We need rescuing from somewhere, but resource is starting to run low here for this Necron battle line. Yeah, he's an inch away from over an inch away from the Cryptek, so he's going to fight regular Necron warriors.
Needing
2s. Rerolling. And 3s to wound.
Strength 5.
Toughness 4.
Wound. 2s to wound.
2s to wound, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Wounded. 8 minus 1, 2 damage.
5 pluses. Whoa, 2 6s, but another one slain. Necron warrior brought down. Alright, so combat's resolved around that side. Now James is going to pick a combat. He will pick the Smash Captain to fight. So all your attacks are going to go into Tamun'Ra.
Absolutely, I want him dead.
Okay, so you're on
3s.
4 attacks.
Yeah.
Needing 3s, rerolling 1s. Here it comes.
Do I get Death Company Red Rampage?
No, this is an ongoing combat.
Ongoing combat. Oh, it's only when I charge?
Yes.
Right. So 3s to hit.
Here it comes. That's nice. I think he'll be happy with that. 1 miss.
3s to wound.
Yes.
All wounded.
Oh.
You're in fun, so
yeah.
If you fail, that's 12 damage.
The lightning field saves 1.
8 damage.
8 damage. Quantum shielding must kick in twice. I'm going to have to roll these one at a time. Could you please pass me my tau dice? You hate the tau.
I hate the tau.
You hate the tau. First one. Tau. Oh, no. Let me think. I've got 1 command point left. I could try and command reroll that, in which case I then need to roll 1, 2 or 3. But I could just die and play the reanimation resurrect card and get half a chance to come back alive again, which I'll leave it. Alright, Tamun'Ra's gone. I'll see if I explode and kill you. No. Alright, so... so Tamun'Ra, you can remove the model, leave the man, leave the...
magnetised.
Yeah. So James will just put the model down like that, a chance to resurrect him. Okay, Triarch Praetorians have been and gone, haven't they?
Nope. So you pick a combat.
Oh. Yes, that was last turn. Right, so I could still... Oh, right, you're dead. Yeah, I'll go for Wraiths here. Just don't lose control here. Keep calm and press on with this fight. Coolly and calmly. We'll roll 12 attacks. We'll just take that one away. Need freeze. This is against the Sanguinary Guard. Need freeze again. And then there's trouble for them. It's a good few have fouled. You've got 6 saves to make here of 4+. Otherwise, there'll be big trouble for this unit of Sanguinary Guard. A good matchup here. Wraiths have given a good account of themselves. James is about to make his saves. Oh, they're gone. So, yeah, models removed from play, and Wraiths have consolidated in that direction. That's a healthy result there for the Necrons. This is a tough unit here that's still in pretty good shape. So, Triarch Praetorians then. May as well just looking around. Yes, there's no point. May as well just pick that combat.
12 attacks.
6 of them, is there? 5. Oh, it's 5 of them, so 15 attacks.
3s.
And one more dice. The Pharaon's Will, it still lasts to the beginning of the next turn.
Yes.
I think. So 2s for hits, despite him being knocked down, gravely wounded. 3s to wound, would you believe? Loads of wounds will take away those failures. I think the captain's a gunner.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got
9.
9 saves to make of 3+. How many wounds you got left?
Only 1.
1. No, 1 at a time. Here we go. This could be epic if you pass all of these. The first one. 1 at a time.
3 up in 1. Saved.
Saved. Oh no. Oh, it wasn't a 1.
Saved.
Ah, don't. Keep rolling.
2.
3 pluses.
Saved.
How many got left?
We've got 4 left.
4 left.
Come on.
Lazarus.
Saved.
Lazarus.
Saved.
Oh.
2 more.
Why does this have to happen?
Last one.
No.
Unbelievable.
Just a power armor save. Or a shield. Storm shield.
For Sanguinius!
Why? Why?
I used all my CVs as well.
Oh, pain, agony, pain. He's gone. He's gone. Stop!
I ignore damage on
6+. Oh, needs a 6.
2 damage a time.
Is it? No, it's only 1 damage. It's a power weapon. 1 roll of a 6+. Impossible. It'll make channel history if you make this 6. I'm sorry, but this is it. It's not going to happen, is it? Is it? Could it? 1 dice needing a 6. Here we go.
Warm the dice up.
No, it's gone off the table. Oh, stop. Roll. Oh, 4 gone. Ah, dear. Breathe again. Breathe in and out. Okay. He's gone. Lazarus is gone. What a great model, great unit. He's done so well, but overcome here by the bodyguard of the fallen Tamun'Ra. Right, I'll play my stratagem then. 4+. Ah, he's gone as well. Okay. Oh yes, decapitating strike. Nice. So you've ended the game in style, or ended his fight in style there with decapitating strike. An immediate tactical objective achieved. Well done. Oh. Yeah. No, well done. Higher power rating, yeah, for Tamun'Ra. So well done to Lazarus Dawnhammer. He will resurrect in a future game. Lazarus will come forth here in a future battle. So, decapitating strike there. Well done, James. Another victory point achieved here. But Necrons can regroup here. That model can be removed. Tamun'Ra can go. He's gone. And he'll reconstruct or reanimate for a future battle as well. So, Triarch Praetorians have headed off in this direction. That's their consolidation done. But all the characters virtually removed now from this area. The big fight's resolved itself. Okay, so the rest of the combat's resolved here. No damage at all for the Necron Warriors and Immortals and the Cryptek, so that's that resolved. James has secured objective number 1. This one, so another victory point picked up. up. So not too bad. Starting to catch up with the Necrons here, but still I think the Necrons slightly ahead. 7. I think Necrons got about 8. This is how tight this game is. Turned into one of those epic clashes here. Similar to the first game. If you're enjoying this battle here, very similar events took place in the first battle as well over on the Plus channel. You can check that out on there. 9 points in total. Oh, right, other points. Yeah, okay, we're starting to add other points up as well. This game is very, very close. We'll go on to the 4th turn now for the Necrons. Alright, so movement done for the Necrons here. A bit of a shift in play. Now the combat's been resolved around the other side. Triarch Praetorians on the move, jumping up and over 10 inches. Wraiths jumping up and over 12 inches. Lining up to charge into the Dreadnought. They'll be better matched against that beast. And then pulling back and resurrecting a couple of the Immortals they pulled out of combat. Necron Warriors have stayed in here and here, and we've resurrected a load of Warriors, piling them back into the fight. 1 wound restored on the Cryptek. He has living metal. And he's pulled out of combat just to try and keep him safe. But Necron Warriors, I'm happy to keep them in, just to let James try and chew through those. Monolith shifted across, getting ready to fire. And then the Cryptek, you can just see him in that gap there. He's moved across and done an advanced move. He will be able to assist the Monolith in being repaired, which has restored a wound back up to 15 with living metal. Cards drawn. Mission critical objective number 6, still active. Defend objective number 3, which is this objective here, which potentially we can go after. And Blood and Guts, destroying units. Destroy as many units as possible. Ideally 3 or more would be good to pick up points. We need to get points here, otherwise the Blood Angels may well get ahead. We'll go on to shooting phase for the Necrons next on turn 4. Okay, so shooting resolved. A couple of wounds picked up here. We didn't destroy the flyer, but a bit of a poor round of shooting from the Monolith. So 3 wounds left in total on the Stormraven gunship. The Cryptek fire didn't cause any trouble. He advanced, but it's an assault weapon with the Staff of Light. Staff of Light couldn't fire here because we pulled out of combat. Particle Casters fired, caused no wounds against the flyer. We shot the Dreadnought in the back with one of them and failed to hit. Don't know why. Oh, smoke. That's why I missed. Firing to the smoke and missed. That's it. None of these other units can fire at all. James, yeah, forgot to fire the...
I forgot to fire 24 shots.
24 shots into those Necron Warriors earlier. Bit of a tactical. Yeah, no, it's a bit out of sync, so we can't really roll that one up. But
fixated on destroying that Monolith.
It happens. You get focused on something, and then you miss out on something else that can do damage. Okay, so that's firepower done. We'll go into combats next. There's some charges to make here. Some Overwatch, yes, and then some ongoing melees to resolve as well. Alright, so charges have taken place here. Wraiths have made it in. A Melter took out one of them though. James got a hit with that. And then across there, Triarch Praetorians didn't roll high enough to try and get onto the objective. We have made it into combat. It's to the model, so these can fight the tail end here. You can imagine them clambering across the hull, trying to blast their pistols through inside and cutting wires and electronics with their hyperphase swords. One of them's down here. So okay. So that's that done. We'll go on to combats now. I think I'm going to have to pick the fight against the Dreadnought first. We're not picking it. Oh, it's charges first of all to resolve. And James can't interrupt. All right, so resolve these combats here and see what happens. So we'll try and slay the Dreadnought here, needing 3s. Let's make sure we've got our 9 attacks. Yep. 3s to hit. It's a shocking roll. Uh-oh.
That's good.
Yeah, you should survive this. 5s and 6s. Oh, unless you roll like that. Okay, so then you've got to make saves here of 5+. You need to pass just one of these to survive.
Please survive. Yes.
Passed 1, 2, 4 wounds taken. So 1 wound left on the Dreadnought, but he will get to fight back. Triarch Praetorians next. 18 attacks. I've done a pilot move that has put me in range now of that defend objective. Need to clear James off of it though and kill this flyer with these Triarch Praetorians. 18 attacks. With 6 of them fighting.
3s.
3s to hit. Not bad at all from these.
5.
So fresh turns. We don't have a wave of command. 5s and 6s to cause a lot of trouble here. There's 3 wounds left on this Stormraven. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got him. James needs to make saves of 6+. He needs 2 6s from this roll. There's 1 6, there's 2. Oh, he survived. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Let's just check my pile here. No.
1 wound left.
1 wound left on the Storm Raven. That will deny us from securing or starting the process of trying to secure that objective. Unbelievable. We'll resolve the rest of these combats next. Yes, the rest of the combat's resolved. You can see that the Dreadnought's taken out 2 of the Wraiths, failed 2 invuln saves. I have no rerolls left at all, so the invuln saves helped. Another lesser unit would have been wiped out, but that Force Halberd is deadly. The Dreadnought doing well, despite just being on 1 wound left. Then across here, multiple Necron Warriors being smashed asunder here, but we're absorbing that damage, which is crucial. Terminators took a wound caused just there, which he could help. Again, there's a lot of durability here for both sides. Alright, so that's the end of the turn. Actually, we've finished. Both armies have been reduced down here. A lot of carnage taking place here in this battle. Perhaps some of these Necron Warriors being resurrected for a second time around. So it's a fascinating whirlwind of destruction taking place in this area. Crucially, the Storm Raven gunship does remain alive. So, cards to trade in. Blood and Guts. Did we destroy anyone this turn? Do you know, I don't think we did.
Nope.
No destruction at all. In which case, no cards to trade in for the Necrons, and an opportunity now for the Blood Angels to rack up some points and maybe tip the game in their favour. We'll go on to their turn 4 next. Okay, so movement done. Storm Raven's gone into hover mode and pulled out, but it's kept within 3 inches just to deny the Necrons from starting to defend objective number 3. We're contesting either side at the moment because, James, that's one model there. Hey, no. You're a flyer.
Yeah, no, I can pull out and shoot.
No, you're a flyer, like you can't contest. Hold objectives.
No, can't do it, no.
Right, so we actually count as having held that for 1 turn.
I do get line breaker.
And now we're going into the 2nd turn. Yeah, so Necrons will pick up 2 points for that. I don't think James can stop that from happening. You can relocate that if you want, if it's not going to make any difference.
Yeah, I'm going to go...
Initially, he had placed it further back, just around there. Okay. Yep. So he's going to place that model just there, that's fine. Terminators are locked in combat. They can't escape here, so they're just going to fight. James wants to fight anyway. Not in combat, but restored the wound, and potentially may charge in. Chaplain's happy to stay in combat as well. Happy to stay in combat. Also, Scouts have moved down, start firing at the Immortals. Scouts are holding objective number 1, not moving. Cards that you've picked up this turn?
I've got Hold the Line, so 3 units.
When you're in deployment zone, potentially.
And Scale the Sky.
With the Scouts later on.
Kill
unit that can fly, which will be?
Yeah. And,
yes, the Triarch Praetorians or the Monolith. That's movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Okay, so, interesting Psychic Phase. The Dreadnoughts flown away. This can disappear, can't this? Smoke from last time. So Dreadnoughts played, the way he did this here, Smite first of all, killed the rolled a 10 and then rolled a 5, so Wraith gone, excellent play. And then taking the opportunity, Wings of Sanguinius, is jumped 12 inches ready to try and take on the Monolith. So there's 15 wounds to try and get through. James has a Melter, the Force Halberd, and then potentially the heavy firepower coming in from the Storm Raven as well. That's Psychic Phase finished. Pretty good. Dreadnought's still alive. A menacing unit it is for sure. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next for the Blood Angels on turn 4. Alright, Shooting Phase resolved here. Monolith's been brought down to 10 wounds. It's in a damage bracket. That was a multi-melter shot from the Storm Raven. Everything else missed with the heavy guns, missed with the Melter from the Dreadnought as well. It's not quite the results that James was looking for, but we're into damage bracket. They're half destroyed. Then across here, 3 mortals brought down. That was firepower coming in from the Scouts, Heavy Bolter and Bolters, and the Hurricane Bolters coming in from the Storm Raven. A pistol here shot and killed one of the Necron Warriors. That was a shot coming from the Chaplain, and then that's about it. So Shooting Phase finished. Both armies still have plenty of fight left in them. We'll go on to Charges and Overwatch next, see how much damage James can do against Monolith. The danger here is the Dreadnought has 1 wound left. If he takes any damage on Overwatch, he'll be gone. Right, so charge is done. Dreadnought has not gone into the Monolith, he's gone into the Cryptek instead. James's aim is to try and kill a unit that has the fly keyword. That Cryptek does. So, out of the goodness of his heart, he wanted to help repair the Monolith, and look what's happened. Dreadnought's moved up behind him to stab him as he flies across. Melees continue down here. The Sanguinary Priest has charged in. Chance for James perhaps to wipe out this squad. There's 5 Necron Warriors here. He's got a Chaplain, Terminator Sergeant, and the Sanguinary Priest all about to attack. And another Terminator. You could wipe them out. There'll be no reanimations then, and that'll be a good step in the right direction. Then across here, tried to charge, no damage from Overwatch against the Immortals. We'll get combats resolved next at the end of turn 4 here for the Blood Angels. Okay, so combats resolved here. Pretty deadly from the Blood Angels, actually. The Chaplain helping them out massively. James has wiped out this unit of Necron Warriors, so no reanimations now. A unit of 14 gone, never to return, at least in this fight. And then he smashed this unit as well, just 4 of them left. They moved into the Crypt Tech, we fought back, did no damage. So good play here from the Blood Angels. They have cleared the Necrons away despite all the reanimations taking place. Excellent work. Across here, James didn't quite get the 2 wounds come through, just 1, so 3 damage caused against that Crypt Tech. He has 1 wound remaining. And that is it. Looking thin on the ground now for both sides. Blood Angels definitely still in this fight. I'm going to trade in defend objective number 3. It's been 2 turns now that we've held that one, so 2 points there for the Necrons. That is a good result for them. By the way, we kept Blood and Guts, but we... Oh, sorry about this mess here. We kept Blood and Guts, but we discarded the Mission Critical objective number 6.
Discarded Hold the Line.
Hold the Line. James has discarded that one. Any cards to trade in?
No, because I failed to kill a...
Fly, unit that fly. Okay, so... Yes, he couldn't kill the fly. The unit that could fly. Okay, so that still remains in play. That is crucial. How many points has that been? Just 1? Just 1. Okay. Every point counts here at this stage. We'll go on to the 5th turn now for the Necrons. We're getting close to the end of the game, potentially. Turn 5 coming up next for the Necrons. So, turn 5 movement here for the Necrons. Just to explain why we've moved the way we have. Secure objective number 1. We're playing it so that James needs to... It's a Necron objective, but James can try and take that. But it has to be his turn. So he won't get it this turn, he'll get it on his turn if he holds it, which he should be able to, no problem. We've also got Blood and Guts, which is destroy units in close combat. And then reclaim and capture. So we rolled odd-numbered objectives. We need to hold all 3 of them. Odd numbers is number 1. We need to go after that, hence the Triarch Praetorians on the move, and they reanimated 1 of their number, so they've moved to here. That's an advance, a jump down of 10, an advance of 5. We need to hold on to objective number 3 as well. This is not number 3. That's number 2. And then we need to hold on to objective number 5, which you see we have there, and objective number 3 we can grab as well. So it's all doable here, but we need to root out these scouts. These tactical units that the Blood Angels have that are holding on to objectives. Melee continues here, resurrected a load of Necron Warriors. The Cryptex pulled out of combat and restored a wound of Living Metal. Living Metal restored here. 3 wounds restored thanks to the Cryptex help. So 13 wounds on the Monolith. The Cryptex just pulled back to there. And we're optimistic here because Dreadnought and the Flyer... the Storm Raven gunship all on a wound each, so she'll be able to pick up those wounds, and then moving off to get within rapid fire with the Immortals to try and flush out the scouts. We'll go on to shooting phase next for the Necrons. Okay, so shooting phase is done. We predicted destruction here. The Cryptek was just in range of his Staff of Light and picked off the Dreadnought, just 1 wound left. And the Monolith, we fired everything into the Storm Raven and easily picked up the wound, so he's gone as well. So all of a sudden, Blood Angels' 2 crucial units have disappeared, and the fighting continues. Just here, Scouts gone as well, wiped out. Solar Fury, the Mephrit Dynasty power here, AP -3 in rapid fire range of the Gauze Blasters, making short work of the Scouts. There's more models there because we forgot to reanimate with those. James graciously let me put the 2 models on. Then, you do that in 40k, don't you? If it's a game, you just sort of have a little bit of leeway. Otherwise, if you're too...
If it's tournament play... Like...
Tournament's perhaps different, yeah, fair's fair, but in games like this, we're just quite lenient with each other. We're not too strict, otherwise it can take the fun away from the game. And we are having fun, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Couldn't shoot these. Really enjoying this. Necrons Blood Angels, always a classic, and once again, really enjoy both of these fights here. Right, that's it. Couldn't shoot them, and that's done. So he pulled out of combat, so can't shoot with his Staff of Light. So, right, yeah, we'll see if we can do that. So what we'll do now is we're going to combat resolution now. Charges it's just going to be an ongoing combat just over here. Right, so combats have been resolved. James going for the wipeout, not quite enough. 1, 2, 3 Necron warriors left. Chaplain killed 1, Terminators killed the rest. It is impressive stuff. The amount of Necron warriors that you've destroyed in this game is astronomical. Imagine the heaps of scrap metal in this area. That's the end of the turn. You're going to get your turn 5, and then the game could end. Cards to trade in. James can now... No, sorry. We'll go on to your turn, and then you can trade that in. You will get that point. Crucially, another point there for Blood Angels. This game is very, very tight here. We'll go now on to Blood Angels turn 5, coming up next. Alright, so movement done. Very straightforward. This guy's edged ahead and has pulled the pin on a crack grenade. Get ready to throw in this direction. Across here. Now, thank him. James resurrected another Terminator. Excellent news. James now looks set to wipe out the Necron Warriors from the squad. And that's it. There's nothing else left. So, pistols, yeah. We're going to shooting phase next. Right, so shooting resolved. No damage at all coming through from the scouts. And then here, these are tough. If these stay alive at the end of the game, they're nasty unit. A pistol shot one of the Necron Warriors. It's a good shot from the Chaplain. There's 2 of them left now. So shooting phase finished. We'll go on to combat resolution next. Alright, so combat's resolved. Foregone conclusion here. Necron Warriors destroyed. James attacked with the Chaplain first and killed
the Necron Warrior. Then I parred him free to the Cryptek.
Yes, and the Cryptek attacked you and caused a wound on you just there. And the Terminators have followed up into him as well. That's the turn finished here. So James can trade in secure objective number 1. You have completed that, so add that to your pile, despite it being a Necron card. And that's it. All right. So that's the end of the turn. So what we'll do now is we'll roll a dice. We'll let James roll to see if the game continues. So on a 1 or a 2, the game will end. And a 3+, we're going to turn 6. James has blast. Right, James has rolled a 1. I don't know. James has said, oh no. I've said, oh no. But we need to actually check the final score here. But the game is finished. Epic fight. Really good. Just there's a handful of games on either of the channels that we would say like the all-time classics. This has joined the ranks of one of the classic battles. This one has been a great battle to fight. We've enjoyed every moment of it here, and it just turned to a real vicious fight, and just sort of an even amount of points been picked up by both sides. What we're going to do now, though, is get an exact score. We'll calculate this as carefully as we can to get a final winner. It could even be a draw, but I think one side has edged ahead. Okay, so we've been calculating victory points here. It's been a tense moment for us. So, points scored then. This is, you see the card decks mixed in here, because both sides are picking up each other's objectives. It was the secure objective X, whatever objective number it is. Those are the cards that could be picked up here by either side. So, priority orders received and area denial. James got the 4 victory points, so that we're happy enough. Then he got 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8 victory points here. We'll get your final score, so 8 victory points, and then James also got First Blood. I want to check here. Chaplain, I think he's bound to be within Linebreaker. And you got First Blood as well, and then also Slay the Warlord. No, you did not get Slay the Warlord. Sorry. Cryptek's my Warlord. Oh, Tamun'Ra was killed, but he's not the Warlord. James is.
I think so.
Oh boy, this is tight. Yeah, we're going to have to rework this here because we've got a slight adjustment in scoreline.
Yeah, I think he is in.
Yeah, okay. So 8 points here, and then First Blood is 9, and then 10 points scored for First Blood being picked up. Sorry, so First Blood and Linebreaker James has picked up. So that's 10 points in total. He did not get Slay the Warlord. Tamun'Ra delegated responsibility to the Cryptek just over there, who has survived. So 10 points scored. Necrons, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points scored. We did kill the Warlord, that's 10. We do not have Linebreaker. We do not have First Blood. 10 points to the Necrons. But we thought it was a draw, potentially. But the special rules here in Spoils of War is whoever has the most secure objective, whatever number it is, cards gets an additional victory point. James had 1, 2, and we scored 1, 2, 3, and so on that point there, the Necrons achieve an extra victory point. So the score is actually 11-10. I think we've got our calculations right. 11-10 to the Necrons. They have edged ahead in this battle here. James shakes his head. Could have gone either way, though. Absolute epic fight. So, number of things to say for definite. This Necron army deserves respect. Yes.
No.
But so does the Blood Angels new list.
It's a very good army.
It's a very good army. We're very impressed with this new look Blood Angels army. Despite the loss here, Blood Angels have given a great account of themselves here in these two battles. If you want to see the result of part 1, then check that out on the Plus channel. So part 2 has come to an end here, though. This 2-part epic saga between these two forces has now been resolved, and part 2 has ended in a victory by the narrowest of margins for the forces of Tamun'Ra. His dismembered, smashed body will be resurrected later on, but he has guided his army to victory. Oh no, the Cryptek actually, he's in charge. He has very wisely led his forces to victory. But great. Epic encounter for sure. Keep a lookout for more battle reports on both of the channels, but there it is. Necrons have edged ahead in this battle. We'll have to play a grudge match again between these two sides. Maybe wait till the Necrons have their final list, which I'm working on at the moment, just a few units to finish off painting. But this Blood Angels list here has been completed, and it's doing well. It's an army to be respected now, for sure. Wonder how well they perform against the other factions on the channel. But there it is, great battle. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Okay, so units of the game for both sides. I'm going to give it to the Triarch Praetorians. They were solid, they survived, they reanimated, and they moved out potentially to cause trouble later on. But a great bodyguard from them, and very just nice resolute unit, and able to stand up against James's more elite close combat units. I think if Tamun'Ra was on his own, he would have been in trouble, but thanks to that bodyguard, they did well. James has gone for the Terminators. Absolute solid as a rock unit.
They are overwhelmed by 2 full squads of
brilliant.
and Immortals.
Utterly fantastic, but enhanced. You can't take them on their own. For Blood Angels, the Sanguinary Priest, remember, this would have been a squad of 3 left, but it's a squad of 5 because of his efforts, and then just half the hits would have gone through, but now, thanks to the Chaplain rerolls, great assistance from him as well. So that combination there working really well, delivering them into the heart of the Necron force, and causing all sorts of trouble there with those. Librarian Dreadnought, honourable mention for him. Stormraven Gunship's pretty good as well. So some great units there for the Blood Angels in this battle. But there it is, that's units of the game for both sides.